I started realizing the world is not as beautiful as it used to be. I was born, 我在香港出生的天是蓝色，地是绿色的，这个时候1970年。现在每一个国家 different shades of gray. There is no more green. Blue is hard to come by. The world is not as the same as when we were growing up. Every year, 7 million people around the world pass away, die prematurely because of air pollution. Almost 6 million of those people are in our neighborhood, Southeast Asia, in the Western Pacific Rim. This is in our backyard. And if you look at how many people actually die directly related to air pollution that is street side, there's urban pollution, 1.8 million. That's a lots of lives that are lost, they're unnecessary. And as you look at how many cities are going to become mega cities in the next, let's say, by the end of this decade, it'll go to 43 from 31 today. That's a 30% growth. And mainly in areas where it's highly populated and highly polluted. This is Ho Chi Minh City. These are cities I frequently visit today. Yeah? Ho Chi Minh City, Jakarta, New Delhi. Just 1 month ago, I took this picture out of my hotel room. I was visiting some government office. So I was in the parliament area. Supposed to be the most beautiful area in New Delhi. Supposed to be the greenest. And as I look forward, out of the window of the hotel, that's what I see. This is a picture I took. That's not the future of the earth. That should not be the future of the earth. What we see is a crisis ahead of us in climate, in pollution, in energy, in traffic, just outside. The media was asking about, are we facing an energy crisis in Taiwan? That is going to be one of the biggest problems ahead as we grow. Also at the same time, if you don't know, we are today living amongst the time of the largest and quickest mass extinction this planet has ever seen. We just don't feel it because we're in this moment of time. But animals, insects, amphibians are all leaving the planet and will never come back. With this crisis, business leaders like ourselves should actually view this also as a great opportunity. Whenever there's a crisis, whenever there's a need, there's an opportunity for us to create solutions. And in this particular moment, the solution similar to when the world needed computers, similar to when the world needed calculators. The world needs sustainable solutions. This is where we, together as an industry, can help. So you ask me what's next? The answer is very simple. The topic is sustainability. The sustainability of this planet, not in our particular neighborhood, not on the island of Taiwan, but the ability for Taiwan industry to work together to help the world be more sustainable. A lot of people ask me, GoGo 是不是一个摩托车公司？我说不是。GoGo 是不是个换电池公司？我说也不是哎。他说重点 GoGo 是什么？我说我很简单，给一个 vision. I believe the cities of tomorrow will be smarter, more connected, safer, and healthier. How do I do that? I do that by digitizing and electrifying cities. That's what I know how to do, and that's what I believe we should do. So if you ask me what GoGo is a company that creates technology that helps the world become sustainable. Anything that is technology related that can help the world become sustainable, that's what GoGo does. Sustainability technology. But transport, urban transportation, happens to be the biggest factor that affects us every day. 马上你出去这个大楼外面，你就闻到、感觉到、听到这些 pollution. Doesn't matter if it's noise, it's air or heat. That's where the majority of impact we need to make immediately is. And I have to find an entry point. GoGo 需要 find the entry point. 我开公司的时候，2011年呢没有电动车 ，Tesla 还没开始做 Roadster， 但是还没出货。2011年的时候没有 Model S，2011年呢全部的这个4轮电动车全部都是失败的。Every company that started failed. Why? Well, it was too early. I talked about timing. Maybe they didn't do it in the right way. So I had to find what I wanted to do to impact the part of the world that needed it the most. That happens to be in Asia. I do not believe that it is in four-wheel cars for Asia, for our immediate neighborhood. But it is in two-wheelers, where space efficiency, time efficiency is at the utmost needed, most important part of the solution. So instead of charging for hours, we can solve in seconds. Instead of 一个停车位，你一台车停进去，占了这个位置，我们一个小小的位置就可以服务几百台车。Swapping is the only solution for densely populated cities, like the ones we just talked about. But it takes different phases. 很多人呢就说，你们都有在做，你赶快出国来嘛，你赶快做这个那个很多东西一起做嘛。But no, what we believe in is we are building a platform for good. We're building a platform, so it's not just for ourselves, but for an entire industry to be able to be prosperous on top of this platform. But building a platform takes time, especially building a breakthrough innovative platform. The first 5 years I started a company, it was really about nobody did it, so we were crazy enough to do it, so we need to build technology that can do that. And then we had to build technology one piece at a time in order to fulfill the dream that we had. We had to prove that it can be done. The second step was about market feasibility. Would the market accept it? Can we build products that are attractive enough for the consumer? Would they pay for it? Are they satisfied with it? And then only upon that do we have what we call an ecosystem feasibility. Can partners innovate on top of it? Can customers get more value out of it? Can we extend beyond Taiwan and build an ecosystem that goes beyond just a pilot? You heard me use the word pilot. I still believe Taiwan is our pilot. Even though Taiwan, 我们是有200万的多过200万的客户来 Go Share Plus 我们现在骑车的这个我们的 vehicle owner. But it is still a very, very small market in comparison to India, to Vietnam, to Indonesia, to Thailand, to some of the markets that we're eyeing to go to in the future. Can we make that ecosystem work? So let's talk about technology real quick. When I got funding for my company, I had to pick a place I was going to start it. Even though I was in and out of Taiwan, I wasn't living in Taiwan, but I was in and out of Taiwan. But I needed a place that had the combination between traditional industry and ICT and electronics and smart industry. Naturally, there was only one place on earth that did that. It's Taiwan. Taiwan is the heaven for innovators like myself. 我想得到就做得到. It allows us to continue to push the envelope forward. So today in Taiwan, we make almost everything in Taiwan. From the batteries that are fully automated when we build our batteries. I couldn't bring the factory to you, so I'll take a video of the factory. So 连电池，我们在会上这边做电池，我们也做我们的马达，我们也做我们的电动车，我们也做我们的换电柜。Everything that you can imagine, we built from the ground up. I'm a little crazy. I have a simple rule. When people tell me no 2 times, I don't let somebody tell me no the 3rd time. 所以如果有人跟我说这个没可能做的，做不到做出来的，但是如果我觉得真的可以做出来的，我会找第2个人。然后如果第2个人说，I don't know， 不可以做的，我就会自己 try， 自己投资，自己去 figure out can you build it。And slowly, piece by piece by piece, we built everything. From the battery, to the BMS, to 这个换电系统， to 换电柜， to even the charger that are inside, we designed it, to the motor, the vehicle, the app. Perhaps most unique about this platform is that all of them are tied together with data. That is probably the most modern part of what we did. We brought data together so that it is always connected. Then after 5 years, we created that. We said, okay, let's see if the market can accept it. 如果我们做了自己的公司呢，就是 the difference between a crazy person and an entrepreneur is a very fine line. Is ability to execute. Or else, you're just a crazy person that thought I could do. If somebody on the corner of the street says, a car can fly one day, a car can fly one day. The difference between the guy that made the car fly, and the guy that told people that car can fly, is one is a crazy person, the other is an innovator. We needed to make the market happen. How do we do that? We had to have a couple pieces. Desirable product that at a glance, somebody knows is GoGo, is something different than Youtip. Here, we cannot expect a customer to change the solution or change the experience if the experience wasn't better. If we are forcing them to make that big change, the change won't be long. But if your 服务跟你的体验是 better than the previous experience, you have a chance. Last but not least, we have to make it price competitive. We cannot make it more expensive. We gotta make it price competitive. Doesn't mean cheaper, but it has to be more affordable when it comes to lifetime ownership of the vehicle or the solution. So we start with one simple thesis I gave the team. Make it so that it's irresistible for the customer, so they become responsible without even thinking about it. So they don't think about the fact that they swap battery, it becomes greener and better for energy, but they think that I want a great experience with a vehicle that is good in design, good in performance, and sexy to own. Make it irresistible so they can actually be desirable, or to be responsible. So 我们有 GoGo 的品牌，车子比较 elegant 多一点，有 sport版。Even this one, I remember these are all female engineers. One day they all came to me in the office and said, we want to create a product that's for women only. And 老板你不可以降价，你可以 set 一个 price target， 我们帮 target， 你可以 set 一个 schedule。但是其实这个 Y 你不可以参加任何的 review process， 因为你不是一个女生。We wanted to design something for women by women。所以这台车是叫 Delight， 这个everything from the head of engineering to the actual program manager to the person that designed the color, everybody in marketing, everybody that involved was women, 100% women product. And then we have another brand called Viva, funner, younger, more of a lifestyle product, more engaging. We have small, medium, large, very simple to understand. 有大的，有中的，有小的。And then we make the experience more engaging, more fun, more alive. Different accessories create different lifestyles. You can see the way that we market the product is to pull the heartstring so that the customer will buy the product and actually be a responsible person. We excite the consumer so that we can realize our vision to create sustainable solutions. We even work with Muji to create a crossover product. And then along the way, during the market feasibilities, bring up, we have customers. We kind of know what we need to do. And remember I said I'm crazy? The only thing that we ever actually license is SAP. And maybe 有一些 3D 系统，就是给 engineer 去画图的。除了这个以外，每一个系统是 self-developed. Because a customer would give feedback to us, or they have a need, or in the market we have a need. So what happened was that we built a whole bunch of operating management systems. That is a fundamental of how we were able to go overseas in the future. 当你有一个新的 idea 的时候呢，这个 idea 呢，没有人用这个工具。So what happened was we actually built an entire. If you come to GoGo, 我们的 software system 呢 is perhaps one of the most comprehensive software system on earth. 全部都是 self-developed. And then, here comes 2022, 2023, where we are today. And no more. So now what? Now that you got the market excited about Gogoro, now what? Well, I think it's about ecosystem. 刚刚吴董也说，我们把这个 Gogoro 的系统也 open 给很多的不一样的 manufacturer。现在我们在台湾有6家品牌做车子，所以消费者呢不需要一定要买一台 Gogoro， 都可以交换电池。他可以买一台雅马哈，可以买一台台湾 Suzuki 台铃，买一个 A-Data 的，也可以买一个宏扎腾的。各式各样品牌，因为各式各样品牌会 attract 各式各样不一样的服务的 standard，different customer 的 liking，different 设计。So we took our technology, license free, and we opened it up to everybody, in the hope that we can build a larger ecosystem. Today we have 10 brands across the world, all building all sorts of different vehicles, but all working on one common open battery swapping network. We have full battery vehicle, 会当的可以拖大概半吨的这个货wet market 的 all the way down to a very little 50cc 的单颗电池的 but everything in between with 47, 48 different models. Again, working on one open platform that allows the customer to interoperably be able to swap batteries. We made a system that nobody else ever thought was possible. Today, when I started, 我刚开始 Gogoro 的时候呢，这个市场呢，如果我没记错，大概80万台车左右，2011年。然后呢，到了80万台车呢，不到半个 percent， 大概4800台是电动车。这4800台呢，卖给谁啊？卖给不一样的这个政府的单位去送文件。可能有一些政府非常是 support， 跟有一些 corporation 非常 support， 但是你说消费者买多少 ？Very, very small amount. It did not make a difference. Today in Taiwan, we're about electric vehicle about 13% almost. It's a miracle. We haven't crossed the chasm yet, but we got the early majority to actually purchase the vehicle. Now we need to get to the majority. We got to get to the 15, 16% to make it stick forever. 电动车. But what's amazing about that is that 换电池系统 was the enabler. It was the game changer. Today, more than 90% of the Gogoro 在路上 or 电动车在路上都是用换电池的，只有 less than 10% use tether charging. We even service B2B customer like DHL, who's committed to transform their entire fleet to electric. 如果你有订过 Foodpanda， 有订过这个 Uber Eats， 每4次应该有1次 the delivery was done with a Gogoro battery. We power not only consumers but also logistics, which is something I feel very proud about. And as we move along, what I call sustainability type also is important to have inclusive tech. How do we make everybody around us, once we deploy the solution, how do we make everybody around us have the ability to contribute, have the ability to enjoy a sustainable solution? That's why we did GoShare. GoShare today perhaps is the only sharing service on the planet that actually is operationally profitable as an entity, as a unit. The experience is very simple. Through an app, you find one of these vehicles. But what's interesting about these vehicles is that it uses 我们的平台交换电池，所以我们的 OPEX 是非常之 low。About 70%的我们的 refueling is done by consumer swapping out the battery, not by us. So now the OPEX is down. CapEx is also reduced, 因为你 idle 的 vehicle 在路上少很多了。本来可能你说我有 100台可能有20台、30台会 run out energy，and then waiting for 服务商去换这个电池。No， 我们这个20-30台呢 ，actually 有2/3以上消费者已经拿去换电池了。So our utilization is very high. So the amount of idling vehicle goes down, the amount of OPEX goes down. And together going down makes the business much more sensible. We also work on things like, for non-two-wheel solution. 因为我们大家都知道嘛，我的梦想不是只有